One of my warmest memories as a child was when my father brought home a reader record. It was the story of Bugs Bunny racing a tortoise. Well, because Bugs was the star, he won by an ear. And when my dad came home, I said, "Dad, I love this story." He said, "Well, I'm so glad you do, son. You know, that's not a new story." And I said, "Really?" He says, "No, it's over 2,500 years old." And I said, "Oh, come on. Bugs Bunny isn't 2,500 years old." And he says, "No, you're right. Bugs isn't, but the story is." Fast forward. It wasn't until my early 30s that I received a new copy of Aesop's Fables. And in the preface, it said, although Aesop was born a slave in 620 BC, later in his life he served as ambassador to the most powerful man in the world, King Croesus of Lydia. And I asked a question that transformed my life. How did he do that? Within 2 weeks after reading that preface, I received a job offer from Radio City Music Hall to be their new creative director. Well, it was a thrilling idea, but I was in the middle of an album with Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, living the life that I could have never dreamed of. When I told Quincy Jones about this, he said, "Tommy, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. You need to do this. Get your booty to New York." Our first show at Radio City was a big hit. I received a call from the biggest publisher on Broadway. He asked me if I had an idea for a musical, and I answered, "Well, Aesop has moved in with me." He was thrilled with the idea. He offered to shepherd me through the process of writing a Broadway musical, with the condition that I spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, studying Aesop. After 6 months, I had 9 songs and a completed story, heard first by the 2 biggest producers on Broadway. One loved my story, the other loved my music. I was at a creative impasse, and I put Aesop away for 17 years. About 17 years later, I found myself once again a single man. I was looking out of the window one day, wondering where I was going to pour my passion, when I felt the presence of Aesop. And what I heard him say was, "Remember me? Let's go to work." His story had been in me for over 20 years. I just didn't know how to tell it. Then Aesop took over. It's been a journey of passion and love. I hope it is for you too.